Now, before talking about project backups, it's helpful to be clear about the structure and content of CcpNmr analysis projects. Every CcpNmr analysis project is saved in a directory, and you have your project name, and then it's appended with .ccpn. If you open this folder up, you'll see there are a range of other folders, and the most important one of these is this CcpN v3 folder. That's where your actual project data is saved. So peaks, assignments, your contour levels, all those sorts of things are in here. So if we open this up, you can see there are a number of other folders, and eventually they all contain various XML files, and that's how the project is stored. So if anything goes wrong with your project, it's almost certainly something that's gone wrong within this directory. And so that's the key directory that needs to be backed up to make sure that your project is safe. And so if we now have a look at this backups directory, you'll find that this actually contains copies of this CcpN v3 folder. So every time that you save your project, a copy of this CcpN v3 folder is also saved into the backups folder, and then a timestamp is added and this backup is appended. In addition to those backups, we also have an auto backup system, so automatically every 10 minutes again a copy of this CcpN v3 folder will be saved here into this backups folder with a timestamp and then auto backup appended. Now you can see I've got 10 auto backup files. That's actually the limit, so it'll only save 10, and then the next time it'll just get rid of the oldest one and add in the new one to the directory. You can change some of these settings, however, if you like. So if you go to your go to Analysis, then if you go to File and Preferences, then you can see here we've got auto backup, which you can switch off if you like. You can change the backup frequency, and you can change the number of backups that are retained. Similarly, you can change the number of backups that are retained when you do a save. So you can see at the moment I've only got 2 of these. It would save up to 10 at the moment unless I change this. And these settings are all settings for you as a user, so they're not project specific, they're specific to all of your projects. Okay, now let's have a look at how I might restore one of these backups. You can see actually it's just created a new auto backup here. First thing to do is to close your project, because you don't want to be messing around with these files while the project is open. So I'm just going to open a new project. And then what I'm going to do is just rename this CcpN v3 folder. It doesn't really matter what you rename it to. And then I'm going to change it to this here. And you could just drag that over. I'm actually just going to copy it. I think that's kind of neater and easier. So I just need to make sure it's actually in this mini test project.ccpn folder here, and then I just need to rename it, make sure it's just called CcpN v3. There we go. And now basically I can just take my mini test project.ccpn folder and I can drag it in, and it's opened with the previous version. In addition to these backups, we also have the ability to archive projects. Just go to File and then Archive, and what it will do is save a copy of this whole .ccpn project into the archive folder. It'll compress it. Just be aware that it doesn't by default save things that are in data, because that might include your spectra and things like that, which obviously could be very large in size, and so those are not currently included. We may change that, make it all a little bit more user friendly, but that's how it is for now.